Hey Roberto, it's Max, and I wanted to do a market analysis on your property on Dakota so that you have an idea of how much value you have there. So, the way I started is I pulled up public records, and this is what I came up with: is that in 2008 you bought it for right at $160,000. Uh, I need in order to make a more accurate assessment of the value, I would need to come visit and see what you've done over the last 10 years. Uh, Public records is showing that you have 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Hopefully that's correct. The overall square footage is 1,296. Built in 1972. You have almost a 7,000 square foot lot, and there's some more data as far as what we're looking at. They say that, and as the tri levels are the most difficult because people just kind of dice them up and record them in public records and in the MLS system differently. Uh, this system says that you have 864 square feet above ground, and then there's that basement room. And I don't, some people say that basement room isn't underground, so they count it. But they're saying that the total square footage is right at 1,300, 1,296 square feet. So that's what I did is I pulled up public records, and they did a quick estimate, and I think that actually be a little bit higher than this, and maybe a lot higher depending on how you have remodeled and updated that house. Um, so let me take you through what I did. I went to public records and I pulled up a search, and I came up with these 4 homes that have recently sold in the vicinity of yours. 2 of them are, I think, better comps than the others as far as almost identical homes. Uh, so let's take a look at these. Well, what I do is I take this data and then I put it into my own spreadsheet, and I create my own spreadsheet so that it's a little bit more straightforward and easier to read. So actually the property on Alaska and Lima, the 481 Lima, are what I consider the best comps. I think 481 Lima might be exactly like yours. The only thing that I have a question of is it's been 10 years. I don't remember if you have a 2 car or a 1 car garage. Um, anyway, I take this information and I put it in my own spreadsheet. So let's take a quick look at how these 4 sold properties compare to yours. Uh, on average, they have 4 bedrooms. Most of them have more than that. Most of them have 4, and only one of them has 3. I think that last one is identical to yours. Uh, on all of them have 2 baths, just like yours. The above ground square footage again is dependent on how these people are entering the data into the public records and into the MLS. I think yours is uh, identical to this last one. Um, on average, the finished square foot is on average. These others have about 200 square feet more than yours. Uh, the total square footage. Oops, I didn't calculate that out. Let's see. The total square footage is on average is 1495. So a little bit larger than yours. See, some of those people are calling that bottom room a basement, and some are not. Again, I don't think that these are vastly different than your house. On average, these houses got 288,750. And then here's the price per square foot above ground, price per square foot finished, price per square foot total. If you want to stop this video at any time, just push pause and you can look through this chart a little bit more in depth. The lot size, yours is a little bit smaller. I think this one on Queensboro kind of skewed the set. Otherwise, yours would be right in there. Um, or the one on center, sorry. All of these are built in the same era. They sold relatively quickly, except this one that's, I believe, identical to yours. So let's take a look at those properties and see if we can figure out how they compare to yours as far as the size and as far as the configuration and the fixes. Are they remodeled or similar to yours, or are they better or worse? So let's start on the property. I think this one is very comparable to yours. It might be identical. Um, let's look at the pictures. It has a one-car garage. Looks like it has newer windows. Uh, original, not original, but not brand spanking new carpet. Looks like that carpet is very worn. Look at the stairs. That's in fixer-upper condition as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that carpet is miserable, and I would imagine the paint is too. Come on. Oh, there you go. So the flooring, it's a fixer-upper. Uh, Look at the paint. The walls are missing texture. It's just a pretty nasty house. I guess all we can really look at is to see if you feel like it's a very similar floor plan to yours. Wow, look at that carpet. It almost, yeah. You can stop the video if I'm going too quickly. I'm just kind of scrolling through these photographs. Linoleum flooring in the bathroom. It has that big plant greenhouse window in the bathroom. Look at the linoleum in the bathroom floor. It's a tear out. It's pretty rugged. So it comes with some appliances. Look at those floors, the way that they're bowed and worn, and pretty rugged house. So this one actually sold in that rugged condition at $275. This next one is, I think it's similar to yours. It has a detached two-car garage, and it sold for $270. You know, they were asking $265, and they sold it for $270. The one previous to that, they were asking $250, and they sold it for $25,000 more. So both of these two, they sold for more than they are asking for, and they went under contract in one day. So let's just take a quick look at this one that sold for $270. Some cracking on the driveway, but it's a big driveway. Probably not in as bad of shape as that other one. It all needs remodeled, but that other one was like filthy. Like, oh my gosh, I have to do stuff before I could even bear to live here. This one looks like it's in livable condition with a minor cleanup. There's a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't want and wouldn't like, but it's livable. It's not filthy, but it's definitely not new. So this looks like an addition, maybe. I think they converted, I think that is where they, so this one had the one-car garage, probably originally. I bet this was the garage door either behind us or in front of us, and then they opened that garage up to add this long kind of family room, and then to replace the garage, they put that two-car garage on the exterior. So some concrete work that's rocking and rolling and sinking and settling. A lot of work needing done with trimming and getting rid of some overgrown shrubbery and bushes. This is that basement. I believe it's the basement room, maybe. So nothing to write. This is the basement here. Nothing to write home about as far as anything close to a brand new fix and remodel. There's the yard. It's big, but in rugged condition. All right, so that one is still, it needs almost as much work as the other one, and it sold very quickly for $270. Sold within 1 day of going under contract. This is CDOM, contract days on market 1. So it was a lot of interest in that property. I think the detached two-car garage and then the conversion, there's that conversion. That's where the garage door used to be, right in here. And then that's that room that they converted the garage. So I think it's the same house as yours, except it has more space because of that garage conversion. This house is a little bit bigger, I believe. It has a one-car garage. It's got a nice lot, and it sold for $3.25. Oops, let's get on the big pictures. So in better condition, it has new low E windows, has a one-car garage, and so this one is in move-in condition. It's been taken care of. It looks like it has a remodeled kitchen, but it was remodeled more than, I would guess, 10 years ago. So it's not original, but it's almost becoming dated in itself with the cabinet choices there. But nice appliances, that double oven with the smooth cooktop, that's a Maytag feature. So that open area where you can go down to that basement room. Popcorn on the ceilings. You know, it's in nice condition. Kind of older fans, that swirly light kit that they put on the fans. Definitely a office conversion of one of the rooms, a master bedroom with that little bath in the master. That's a really nice feature. A lot of houses in the area don't have that, a master bath, so that's definitely a bonus. Is this the lower area? Yeah, off of the kitchen. It's a bigger area than yours, and it's just a slightly bigger house. Anyway, that's kind of a good look at that house, and that sold for $3.25. So a little bit larger house. Remember, yours is 1,200. This one's almost 400 square feet larger. So 40 by 10 or 20 by 20 is a significant area in a house. A room 20 by 20 would be 400 square feet. And it sold for $3.25. Then this next house, I think, is going to be identical to yours as far as the floor plan. It sold for $285. It took the longest to sell. You know, they started at $314 or almost $315, and then they had to come down a significant amount of money in this price point. They came down $30,000, which is a lot, almost, well, more than 10%. It looks like it has a two-car garage. And but I think it's identical to yours as far as the floor plan. It's been updated, but the update is even old with those white, glossy 12 by 12 tiles. But again, it's not as in as rough of shape as the other couple houses that needed work just to even move in. So this is in move-in condition. There's going to be a lot of things in the house that the buyer would want to change, but it's not necessary to move in as far as cleanliness and that kind of condition that would stop you from just moving your personal property right in. So kind of dark. It's got the popcorn on the ceiling. It doesn't have anything really outstanding as far as a modern fix-up. Here's a shot of the backyard. It has a swamp cooler on the roof, a couple satellite dishes laying around. So that's that house. So real quickly to recap this, there's 4 that have sold, very similar to yours, right in the same area, same era, and I think that you would have a pretty easy time getting 285. But Roberto, in order for me to make a real good assessment of value, I need to come out and see what yours looks like and what kind of things have changed over the last 10 years. So, but I think 285 is a pretty solid number, especially since there's nothing else that's available in the area in that price point. It's pretty tight. So that house has done some nice appreciation. You've gained about $125,000 in value. It's almost doubled in price. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call, 303-726-0867, 303-726-0867.